this evening to cover covers what I was discussing earlier about stats. I went over some of my stats, and it'd be good just to go over some basics. I know there's been a few asking me about how to optimize your character, so so that she can play so that your character can do well in PvE or PvP. I'll just go over some of these details with my own Kiki. Essentially with PvP, what you see is that my combat power and survivability is a lot higher than PvP. Well, survivability is more or less the same, but combat power is certainly a lot higher. The reason is because mission maps. Hi Johnny, welcome back. Decided to do a stream on stats this time. There's one or two asking me about asking me for advice, so just going to use my own Kiki as an example, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to type it through my stream, and I'll try my best to answer. Alright, as I was saying, combat power and survivability is pretty much what you need to get as far as you can in mission maps. And we'll have a look at adventure modes. You'll see there are certain what I call breakpoints in the mission maps where you get particularly good drops. The one I'm farming a lot of is 2/3 of the latest map, and that's Eastern Remains, NT Remains. That's the very last map. 2/3 is really good for the heroic protection shield, which gives you critical rate resist, and I managed to make one of these runes bottom up by just pure brute force hard farming, with tons of just tons of autos, and it's possible to do that through maybe 2 or 3 weeks worth of farming. Just collect all the instant tickets, item tickets, and make sure you just do as much auto as possible. The reason why this particular map is good is because of the 8 gates, which you need tons of for PvP. So you're getting everything. You get mana, you get runes, and you get this agate, these agates which you need for PvP. And for this particular map, what you need 228,000 CP and 333 survivability. But to greenlight this map, you need I think it's something like 20,000 more at least. So you really need 353,000 survivability just to greenlight this map so that you can auto it. And you can't do it unless you have a yellow magic stone, really, which is why I switch over to a yellow magic stone, which takes my survivability up to enough to farm this latest map. You can see I was using the gate for PvP. That's the recommended stone, I'd say, for this current meta. And I'm using this yellow magic stone, which helps a lot for greenlighting the mission maps. I tried this purple map. You can see it says if HP is below 60%, increase defense by 30. Now, in theory, that sounds like it's even better than the yellow one. Which gives only 30% of attack, but it doesn't actually work. The way the CP and survivability works in terms of how much damage you take or how much damage you do is set before you actually enter the mission map. So if that purple magic stone doesn't really affect the amount of damage you take, you still get killed. Right, So I need this yellow magic stone, which allows me to farm the best map, I would say, 2/3. You see recommended survivability is greenlit, and I can auto this. That's pretty much the current end game map you want to reach. If you can't reach that, then the one you probably want to do is, let's see, you want to farm lots of mana, so it's probably Western. Let's see, what do you need? You want to be able to farm boss maps for mana, as well as the legendary jewels. So this is another breakpoint that you want to reach, and you can see you need survivability at 282,000. Tarrant 3-10 still drops mana. That's a good map as well. I don't think it drops legendary jewels, but the drop rate's horrendous anyway, so you won't get that much legendaries. But these later maps are good for EXP. And let's have a look at Tarrant. Tarrant's great. I did tons of farming in Tarrant. Tarrant is like a staple map to farm in. Yeah, you see the best are epics here, but you don't need as much survivability. As long as you can reach this stage, you're pretty much you can do a lot of gearing at this point. Get all your season 3 gear sorted with materials and promotions. Save up your instants. Gold is a bottleneck as well. You get more from the gold maps. You want to farm the latest gold map, which gives you the most gold. Sometimes I farm gold maps if I'm running low, but generally I save my instants. What I generally do is I save my instants to farm boss maps on half AP, and then any other time or day I run autos on just ordinary maps and collect other materials like this map 2/3, which gives me the gates that I need and the runes. But over time your combat power and survivability will increase over time, and you'll be able to farm these maps once you have all your gear all promoted. Right, stats wise, just going to cover PvP stats. There's certain things you want to tweak. Armor wise, you want basically what I have in this armor. You want all three if you can. Reduce damage, reduce melee, and reduce ranged. But obviously that's really difficult to roll all three. So what you do is always go for reduced damage as compulsory, and either have reduced melee or reduced range as a secondary affix. So the first thing I do is make sure my armor has reduced range for everything, plus either reduce melee or reduce range. And over time you collect enough tickets and you may get all three if you're lucky, like myself. I got all three there. This body armor got reduced damage and reduced range, but I was happy enough with the defense. The defense doesn't really add that much for PvP. So you can I kept this body armor with defense rather than trying to keep re-rolling for all three, because I've got the maximum. And you can see them flashing. 2.5 is as much as you can get for reduced damage. I believe reduced melee or reduced range can go up to 3%. Let's have a look at the hands. Same idea. I stuck with defense there. It's really hard to get all three affixes. This one I managed to get all three with maximum reduced damage. Lucky. accessories, you'd want to tweak the stats to give you. I basically want critical damage and critical rate as compulsory, but that's obviously difficult to get. So I settle with either critical rate or critical damage with decent other affixes. If you have other stuff like debuff or gold, and I just try to roll them out and keep rolling them until I get both critical damage and critical rate, as well as half decent stats. This one's particularly good because I've got this does percentage damage basically for everything. Critical damage, critical rate, and lightning and water dragon. That one's good. This one, I got I've got the both critical rate, critical damage, summon meteor. I got attack 312. That's okay, I guess, but it doesn't really add that much damage for PvP, so that's fine. This one's very similar to the other one. But it's quite cool. I managed to roll critical rate and critical damage as flashing affixes, and those high values for those gear pieces. Weapon wise, been experimenting with the weapon actually. You can see I've got cooldown, critical damage, and damage for skills. In the past I just went for pure damage, damage and skill crit rate, which is good as well. But now that Kikis are doing so little damage, what I want is cooldown on the weapon, because you want to be able to fire off skills as often as you can. And I'm trying to go cooldown reduction as much as possible. It's hard to get cooldown reduction. There's not many things that gives you cooldown reduction, but weapon is one that gives you cooldown reduction. Once you've got that cooldown reduction, I'd settle for these additional damage affixes, or HP on hit is working out very well with the current meta. I'd be happy with HP on hit and cooldown reduction and any other damage related affix. If you see normal damage, that's rubbish. Don't say, new players might wonder, does normal damage affect skills and combos? No, it doesn't. It's just your ordinary melee or normal range attack. The dual wise, it's all criticals. I'm using 2 yellows and 1 green. You want as much critical rate as possible. I'd settle with 2 yellows and 1 green, or 3 yellows, as much critical rate as possible. Let's have a look at the individual stats here. That's my PvE stats you're looking at. I'm using for PvE, I'm using fast attacks because you want to clear the maps as quickly as possible. So fast attacks increases your base damage, and you can see increased damage at 60%, and you just want to fire through the mission maps as quickly as possible. At the same time, I'm actually doing less combos. I'll go over my skills tree in a moment. Let's see, criticals, high criticals there, but generally speaking, it's the attack that defends that determines how far you can get in the game. My build is optimized for PvP, and I'm not too bothered how far I can get in PvE. Really, it's all about PvP. Now this is my PvP stats. You can see this section where it says poison duration reduction. I tend to see a lot of new players have that really high. Mine's particularly low because at the moment the only thing debuff works on is silence. That new Lucas skill. But even so, it's a useless passive. If you have the debuff passive spec'd in, just remove it. It's just useless in my opinion. It's just no use. In fact, it's not even that much use for PvE really. To be honest, you may as well get as much defense as you can for PvE. If you have any diamonds in your armor, get rid of them. If you have the debuff passive in your skills, get rid of that as well. If you have any counter measure skills, get rid of that as well. I'll show you my passive skill tree in a moment as well. Generally speaking, you want as much critical rate as possible, high critical damage. I've been playing this game for so long that my training's pretty much maxed out, which is why you see such high values here. Okay, let's have a look at the skill tree here. Skills. I'll start with passive. Actually, in terms of passive skills, it should be actually very similar for any class, not just Kiki's. This is pretty much what you should see for PvP. I'll switch over to PvP passives, and every class should be running very similar passives to what I have, which is maximum offense, maximum for destruction. I'm running kind of low on skills. I'm one down here, but you want that as high as possible for concentration, maximum fatality, maximum meditation for HP. Mad blocking is actually not at maximum because it would have gone over the limit of 30%. Yeah, I'll cut this out and put it into YouTube later on. I'll send you the link once I'm done. I'll need to include the link to my YouTube channel as well in the stream description as well. But I'm pretty new at this, so still kind of sorting things out. Yeah, this passive configuration that you see should be very similar for everybody, for any class. And down the bottom, nothing for countermeasure, counter attack, nothing. The reason is because you have to be really good at countering, and to counter somebody, you're basically putting a bullseye in your forehead to get stunned. Just a little bit of lag and you'll get stunned trying to counter somebody. So I'd recommend not, unless you're really good at countering, just don't bother with countering, which means nothing for the counter attack roll. When you counter somebody, that's basically timing the block when somebody's about to attack you, and if you're not good at it, you'll get stunned. It's not good. The best thing to do is just run away and wait for your cooldowns. Now this hit effect row is a new thing added recently, and I found this is quite good for melee, because it's the melee characters that do a lot of damage. So I've got that up to 7/7 maximum. It comes down to whether you like mitigation. You can maybe have that down to 0 and put that into more damage, because Kikis are not really doing that much damage. I'm more a tanky support now, which is more useful for my team. Okay, skills. This is the skill build I'm using the Season 3 52 enhanced weapon. Let's have a look at enhanced magic circle first. Now this is my enhanced skills give you 50% additional damage. So I'm trying to get as much damage from this as possible. Because this is a control skill, I make sure this is the wisdom is at maximum as well. You want this skill up as often as possible, because this is what's going to save your teammates. Damage wise, concentrations, fatality, well, I'm trying to squeeze as much as I can, but it's just hard to spread out the skills. Maybe reduce the melee passive and put it onto more damage if you prefer. Let's have a look at lightning. Lightning is another good damage dealer. Actually, what I'm doing here, wisdom, let's maybe give that more offense. Actually, 7. Yeah, lightning does quite a lot of damage, but I just don't have enough skill points. Normally speaking, the skills that I fire out most often is Fireball and 52, and Lightning is additional damage that I do at the end. Wisdom at 0 for this, because this is just something extra that I do if it's up. Fireball, I want Wisdom at maximum, because I want to fire this off as often as I can. But again, pretty low in concentration fatality, because I just don't have enough skill points. Fence it. Yeah, no, hang on a sec. Take that down by 1. Put the offense back up to 7-7. That's better. Yeah, you want offense to be as high as possible. 7-7. Is that 7-7 for everything? Yeah. Yeah. I've only just started using this season 3 build for the past 2 days, so I'm still tweaking things. For months I've been using a different build, which is a mana bubble, and that was just completely different. I was using enhanced mana bubble, lightning and 52, where hit hard and run away basically. Before the balance update, I was able to kill a lot of opponents in duels with 2 or even 1 rotation, but that's impossible now. Combos, as much damage as I can. Hang on a sec, let's take this up to 7-7 and tweak these. There we go. Okay, let's have a look at Summon Meteor. Offense up as high as possible, and I decided to go for crit rate for these skills. Combos actually do more damage than skills, which is why I want to hit as hard as I can. Actually, the reason why Summon Meteor has quite a lot of skills infested is because I'm running lots of fireballs and 52s, so I want this Meteor to do as much damage as possible. But I'm going to change this actually. I'm finding I'm missing the Meteor combo too often because of cooldown. I'll take Wisdom back up. I'll do this actually, 5-5 for Wisdom, because I think there's been a lot of occasions when I could have fired off a Meteor and it just wasn't available. So I'll take Wisdom up to 5-5 here, maximum offense, and let's see, maybe more concentration. 2-1, I'll do 2-1 here. Okay, Summon Meteor, maximum damage and concentration. Fatality, let me see. Let's do this. More criticals. I want the criticals to land. That's more important, really. And summon Water Dragon. We'll switch this round. I want the criticals to land more often. Okay. So Little Yule saying, I go with Magic Circle, Meteor, Chain Lightning, then Water Dragon, and we'll follow up Flame Explosion. Yeah, Magic Circle is good to start off with. If it's enhanced, you can't block that. It's a good opener, good at catching opponents. Fireball's good. A lot of people have a hard time trying to dodge Fireball because it's heat seeking. The way to dodge Fireball is to listen out for it and evade towards the Fireball. So that's my combos and that's my skills. I've only started playing this build past 2 days, so I might go through some further tweaks. Save that. Skills, I haven't covered the PvE. I'm not really concerned about PvE skills. Really, it's good as long as it's good enough to farm my mission maps. You know, I'm satisfied. PvE. Let's have a look at PvE. Skills for PvE. Okay, let's have a look at skills for PvE. I have lightning, fast attacks, and fireball. In terms of combos, I think I'm doing less combos. Yeah, I'm not. There's no flame explosion for PvE. Okay, lightning, as much damage as possible. You'll notice I've got wisdom down to 0 for these skills. Apart from fast attacks. This is what I ran for well, actually enhanced mana instead of Dark Spear had mana rupture. But you'll notice I'm not using enhanced magic circle. The reason is because it's such a slow skill. My farming takes longer. I don't want slow skills for farming. I want fast skills that can take me through killing everything as quickly as possible, and that means I don't want these skills to fire off often. I think wisdom here is to just try to get more damage here. That's okay, I'll just do wisdom for this one here. Combo wise, I'm missing a combo, but that's fine. No more combos mean farming is actually slower. So you summon lightning and just summon water dragon. Passives are nothing for PvP. It's just pure offense, defense, and defense. I've noticed I've actually forgotten to upgrade these. Let's take these down. Because it's best to take these up to maximum. There we go. Yeah, I don't really pay that much attention to PvE, you know. As long as I can farm and farm relatively quickly, I'm happy. But this should be it for the tweet save. So that's my PvE. Okay, I think, is there anything else I need to cover? Farming. I did a full session farming, and which I've saved into my highlights. I don't really. Well, I played with my other accounts. I have another account I'm building up at Elena, which you can have a look at if you have time. But I don't think there's. If you have any questions, I'll be able to answer them. I'll create another video on another subject matter. But for the meantime, I think that's it. Just make sure you collect additional gear to take your armor and weapon up to level 40, because that's coming soon. I've got a lot of things saved up. I do a lot of farming. Right, thanks for watching again. I can't really think of anything else to say. I'll post this into YouTube. I'll put the YouTube link into one of the description boxes as well in this Twitch channel. And thanks for watching again. Okay, thanks. I'm going to call it tonight and take a break. Okay, thanks. Bye.